Hello, it's Tim here with my day 17 update. I'm still on my juice fast and I've lost zero point 0.1 kilogram, which is only, 1/5 of 1 pound. But that brings my total weight loss so far to 9 kilos, which is, just a fraction under 20 pounds. So it's still going quite good and still all on track. What I wanted to do in today's video was just talk a little bit about juice fasting in general, because it seems that, from the comments that I'm reading on my previous videos, there's a bit of a misunderstanding on what juice fasting is. I'll start off by saying that juice fasting is something that has actually been done by people, in various religions and so forth for thousands of years. So this is not a new, 2011 type scenario. It's been something that's been done for thousands of years, and it is actually healthy for you. Now, lots of people, well, some people on leaving comments are suggesting that there's healthier options. If you take a step back and think about it, is there actually a healthier option than for you to consume 100% natural fruit and vegetables, and no preservatives, no chemicals, and goodness knows what else that people are, or that companies are putting into our foods these days? You're avoiding all of that, and look, the reality is people are actually getting cured from medical problems and complaints just by juice fasting. So please don't think that this is unhealthy, or be worried about me, being unhealthy and not doing things the right way. There is an argument to say that it's extreme. Yes, it is certainly extreme. I would not say it with any hesitation, or I would say, I'm quite happy to say that yes, it's very, very extreme, and perhaps it's not for everyone. Certainly, the 56 days is not for everyone, but like even a short-term fast for half a day or a day could be, one or 2 days. What I'm saying is just, one meal a day consuming juice could start actually helping you. As I've said, there's lots and lots of benefits to juice fasting, and it will actually help you to get healthier. There's people who've actually had medical conditions, and they go right through, and at the end of their juice fast, their medical condition has been cured by the body, because the body has got a natural inbuilt power to heal. So the fact that you're giving yourself fruit and vegetables is you're giving your body every chance it has to work on healing you and fixing any conditions that you've got. So we're talking diabetes, all sorts of other problems along those lines, that people, as a byproduct to a juice fast, they're actually getting healed by that. Now, you might be asking, why are they getting healed? Well, the main reason is that you're giving your body fantastic nutrients, all the nutrients that it needs if you're having the right mix of fruit and vegetables. And because it's in a juice form, your body doesn't have to expend a lot of energy in digesting. Because one of the areas that your body does invest a lot of energy in doing is actually digesting your food. Particularly, processed food, unhealthy food, fast food, those types of foods, but even things like, a piece of steak takes hours for a body to actually go through and digest, and that's energy. So your body is actually actively working on that. And if you think about that alone, just the fact that you're going to be on a juice fast will actually help your energy. But the other thing is, of course, in lots of foods these days, it's becoming increasingly proven that there's lots of toxins in it. Now, for example, in some of the processed foods you can buy, some of the oils and so forth are using some trans fats and so forth. Very, very unhealthy and not really good for your body. Now, what does your body do if it can't get rid of those toxins? It actually wraps them up in layers of fat. So when you're overweight, you've actually got a massive amount of toxins in your body that your body's protecting it, so it's not doing any dramatic injury to you or dramatic harm to you by wrapping it up in fat. So as you're losing the weight, any form of weight loss, not just juice fasting, but in particular I'm talking about juice fasting, you're getting rid of all these toxins. Now, by getting rid of all these toxins, your body is then freed up. It doesn't have to work on getting rid of these toxins and digesting lots of really bad food for you and trying to deal with all this stuff, all the damage that basically you're causing to your body by eating these types of foods. It's just getting nutrition in a juice format, which is ready to be immediately. There is still some digestion that's involved, but it's very minor compared to like some fast food or a piece of steak or something of that nature. So because of that, the actual nutrition gets through into your bloodstream quicker, and your body is then freed up. It's got other things to do. It can use its time, its energy in other areas, getting rid of the toxins and so forth. And over time, with the juice fast, that's what you're doing. Is not only are you losing weight is just one benefit, one side effect, if you will, from the whole process, but you're actually detoxifying your body. So it's flushing out all the toxins and all the bad stuff, giving you or making you healthier, and at that point, of course, you're going to be healthier as well. And to give you an example, I'm an asthmatic, and when I started this on day one, I have a little Ventolin spray. I'll show you what I'm talking about. I've got one of these things you've probably seen before, and I also use one of these. This is Ventolin, or Asmol it's called, and this one's Flixitide. Now, what they are is they're basically drugs for asthma. And since starting this, on about day 8, I haven't had to use those anymore. Prior to that, I wouldn't say I was using it every day, but I was a regular user of those drugs. Now, what I used to do was when I felt like I had asthma, I actually had to take it. So I actually had that, and I felt better, and my lungs were restricted. I had to do it. But since about day 8, I haven't had to have that virtually at all. And the reason is, yes, some of it's got to do with the weight loss, but I'm putting less stress on my body. There's less stress on my body now because there's less weight, there's less energy, and less energy to consume. Less wasted energy is what I'm trying to say, in looking after all this, trying to process all this unhealthy food. And because I'm just eating raw fruits and vegetable juice, which is extremely healthy, the body's just got more time to deal with other things and to start healing. So consequently, my asthma is going. So it's only on day 17, and I'm already feeling a lot better from an asthma point of view, let alone the other, the facts that I've got a lot more energy and feeling better about life. So these are the benefits that juice fasting can give you. But look, don't just believe me. Do the research for yourself, and you'll find there's tons of people who will actually agree. And there's lots of evidence, evidence that you can find for yourself of people who've been through this. I'm certainly not the first person to do this, and who have completely cured problems with their bodies just by juice fasting. Now, you don't get all of these benefits by doing a traditional weight loss. Another question I had, I saw on there was people suggesting that a better way to lose weight might be just to eat good for, say, 5 or 6 days, then on the 7th day to eat what you like. Now, I used to be a believer in that. I used to be a believer that you could sort of get away with that. And yes, I was overweight. I stayed overweight for the whole time because that was my belief. I'm changing my thought patterns now, and I'm starting to think that no, that's not possible, because the food that you like, I'm assuming from the commenter who left that comment that he's talking about junk food, KFC or McDonald's, or those types of foods that are unhealthy for you. So the foods you like have got toxins and are unhealthy for you. So yes, one day a week you could be doing that, but let's take a step back here. Do you really want to be doing that? Do you really want to be putting unhealthy food in your body? I think it's time for us all to really take a step back and really just have a look at the food that we're putting into our body. I'm certainly doing this and thinking, well, look, no, I don't want to go back to those habits. I don't want to go on this juice fast and then just at the end of 56 days just decide, well, I'm going to go back to where I was before, and then maybe in a year or 2 years I'll gain all the weight again. This is a life change, and I think this is what people have to realize now. If they really want to get take yourself to the next level and say, look, I'm sick of where I am now. If you're overweight like I am and was, I decided I'd had enough. I didn't want to go or to be the person I was anymore in terms of my weight. I was unhappy. I had tried lots of diets in the past and they hadn't worked. Yes, I will admit that I had an addiction to lots of different types of foods, the ice creams, the chocolates, and the other types of fast food that I've mentioned before. But that's a bad thing. So I think it's a fact now that we have to start saying, I'm not going to go back to my old habits. And a juice fast, of course, is a great way of doing that, because you're totally eliminating that from your body for a period of time. So if you're, in my opinion, if you're looking to diet, and look, you can get some good results. I've lost weight before, but invariably I've gained it again, or I've reached a point where I don't seem to be able to lose anymore. And that's the old traditional diets where basically we've gone through and just try to diet for a period of time, or try to keep some of the foods that I like, in other words, foods that I've got used to, foods that I'm addicted to, but not foods that are good for you. So I've tried to keep some of those into my diet, and over time I can do it for a period of time, and what invariably happens is it's like a slingshot, a slingshot effect. You can do it for a period of time, but eventually you have to let go of the rubber and bang, you're back to where you were before, and your weight's gone up. The weight has, the reason that people are gaining weight these days to a large degree it's not as simple as calories in and calories out. It's the type of foods that you're eating. And the fact is, in today's modern society, a lot of the food that we're eating is processed. It's got all sorts of stuff that we know and even more stuff that we don't know is bad for us in there, because the companies aren't interested in our health. They are interested basically in you coming back again and actually eating more of their stuff and buying more of their products. So do you think if they could find something that would make the foods more addictive, they would put it in their products? Of course they would, and of course they do. Now, the reality is with these companies, they're in it to make a profit. They don't care about your health. There's no one out there who really, to a large degree, I'm getting fired up here now because I really want to get the message out. What I'm trying to say, there's not a lot of people out there who really are worried about your health. You need to take control of that. And I think the only way to do that is to go cold turkey. Yes, it's probably the hardest way to do it. But if you really want to get rid of your addictions once and for all, and you really want to lose this weight, you really need to take ownership of this problem and say, look, this is my problem. It's not my doctor's problem. It's not anyone else's problem. I've actually got to solve this. And that's why I've done a juice fast, because it's literally detoxifying my whole body. I'm getting rid of all my addictions. I've talked about this on previous days now. I haven't got any feelings of addiction to these other types of foods. And at this stage, chocolate. I've actually had chocolate put in front of me. I've actually tried myself. I had biscuits. I talked about that in a previous episode. Biscuits were something that I used to love with a cup of coffee. Had those put in front of me and had no inclination whatsoever to eat them. The fact is, I'm removing that by this juice fast. And you just don't get those benefits with virtually any other form of dieting. And again, as I've said earlier in this video, the juice fasting process has been around for thousands of years. It's something that has worked for thousands of years. And don't just think about it for weight loss, think about it from the health benefits. Okay, moving on, Tim. The other question I had was, people were wondering, how do I get started? What I suggest you do is go to Amazon.com, and I'll put a link below the video on YouTube. So click on the information button and there'll be a link there that'll take you straight to this book, Juice Fasting and Detoxification by Steve Meyerowitz. Now, look, there's a ton of different books on juice fasting and detoxification. This is a good one because it goes through the basics. Like it's only, it's under 200 pages, about 150 pages. Go to the link anyway, and actually when you go to Amazon and have a look at it, you'll find that there's a lot of other books that they also recommend. Read the reviews of the products. I always suggest you do that anyway when you're buying a product. Have a look what other people have said about it. But that book I've actually read, the Juice Fasting and Detoxification, and it actually is a very good book. Have a read of yourself because it goes through the different types of fastings. Because again, you don't have to go to the step that I'm going, the very radical step that I'm going. There's different ways that you can go into it. Or you can do it for like 3 or 4 days. You will get a benefit no matter how long you go on this. The other thing I need to point out here though is you do need to get your doctor's okay on this. You need to actually have a consult with your doctor, and for them to be clear that what you're doing and understanding what you're doing, so they're actually okay with the actual process as well. Don't think you can do this on your own. You need to at least get your GP in on this, and your general practitioner involved, so that they're aware of what you're doing. You are changing your life for the better, no doubts about it, and it does take some commitment, particularly early on. Particularly early on in the first few days, it is quite hard. I'm not going to tell you it's a dream run because it's not, and you will actually feel worse. So believe it or not, when you start the juice fasting, you will actually feel worse. Why? Because during those first few days, a lot of the dramatic amount of toxins that are sitting there that haven't fully been processed and absorbed properly by the body are actually coming out. So they're actually coming straight back out. And to come out of your body, they have to be processed in some way by your body. So you're feeling the effects of that. And so you'll be getting headaches. You might be feeling a bit sick. You'll be feeling tired. So again, think about that when you're starting a juice fast. To think maybe I should be doing this on a weekend. The types of juices you have also is very important. But have a look at that Juice Fasting and Detoxification book. That's a great way to get started. And if you've got any other questions specifically on how to start, let me know, and I'm quite happy to answer them because I'm here to help. It's a two-way process. I'm here to help myself, which I'm doing by losing this weight and doing this juice fast. But secondly, I'm here to help you guys. So if you've actually got a question and you're looking to start out or you're getting stuck, let me know. And if I know the answer to it, if I've done some research and I know how to get around it, or I know what the answer is, I'll get back to you and do a follow-up in a future video and talk about that. Let's see if we can make a difference. Let's take ownership of this problem, make a difference, and lose weight and gain health. That's what I'm all about. Okay, my huge rant for the day is over. Thanks very much for watching, and I look forward to seeing you again with another video tomorrow. Cheers for now.